gave you a lot of game, you don't owe me back. You say you a boss, gotta show me that. Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. I got game sports center. 20 bands for the dinner. 20 dips in a sprinter. What's a 2 up? I got game sports center. 20 bands for the dinner. 20 dips in a sprinter. What's a 2 up?
It's Madden NFL 24, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the New York Jets and the New England Patriots, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
On a warm and sunny afternoon in the Bay State of Massachusetts, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Today, a fun matchup in the AFC East, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the New England Patriots. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis back with you. And Charles, for years, a trip to Foxborough quite often led to a loss for opposing teams. But the Patriots have been, in essence, a 500 team since the departure of TB12 3 years ago.
And things have switched because they are a defense-led team, and that's what's kept them in most games. Their key, can they get more explosive on offense and truly establish who their QB1 is?
Meanwhile, he won't be wearing number 12. He's back to his college number in deference to Joe Namath. But Aaron Rodgers, after an offseason with some anxious moments for Jets fans, he is in the fold and starting here at quarterback.
And it just changes the whole perception of this team. Already good on defense. Everyone kept saying they were a quarterback away. Well, I'd say Aaron Rodgers is that quarterback. And now everyone will play even better on the offensive side of the ball.
And the Patriots offense set to go to work with Mac Jones at quarterback in his third season now out of Alabama.
It was a much rockier season for Jones in his second year, and he even had to survive a brief challenge to his starting job. This is a big campaign for the former Rookie of the Year runner-up. He wants to get back to Pro Bowl form. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. Here's Ramondre Stevenson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
Now a late signee let go by Minnesota in June. It's Dalvin Cook. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. They run again on first down. Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second down, Cook. Back-to-back one-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down and 8. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the Patriots are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Here we go. 11.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
11.
Throwing, Jones. This one swung out to Montgomery. Good work out to the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Just the first quarter of the tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a
different story.
long night.
Here we go. 11, 12.
Now Jones. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that, very nearly a second interception of this first quarter. He's been really loose with the football, and that's going to need to change as this game moves along.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
21, 12, 11.
They'll try and run forward with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end, any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was, because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
11.
Running with Elliott, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they give it up just on their side of midfield, and yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them, because they're really outside of field goal range now. Right? The opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt, you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
And he's going to take this down close to the first as he's brought down at the Patriots' 37. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Able to find Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Randall Cobb, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Rodgers and the Jet offense staying out there. They'll go for 2. Cook, they'll try and run it. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense. Charles, we'll see how this offense responds. Remember, the last time they were out, they went for it on 4th down, did not get it, and that led to a touchdown on the other side. So they need a response here.
They certainly do, and I just have a question for you. You think that was a gut feel, or was that analytics that came into play there deciding to go for it on 4th down?
That felt like gut to me. What about you?
Yeah, absolutely, because the way it backfired, where they are in the game, all those things, that didn't feel like an analytics call. That certainly felt like, hey, I feel like we can get this right now. And unfortunately, it didn't work out for them.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. A first down there on a pickup at 25.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Operating from the gun, Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. Montgomery another target and catch. And he will have the Patriots first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
But it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
There's big Quentin Williams, the All-Pro, in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 10.
11.
They go to Elliott again. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind.
And Cook will get in. Touchdown, Jets. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries and 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you got to dial up more two-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
Second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go, get set. 11-11. Here we go, 11-11, 21.
Jones now looking to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
11-11. Here we go, 11-11, 21, 21, 21, 12, 12, 12, 11.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. Open man, the tight end Henry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 30 yards there. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Touchdown, Patriots. Ty Montgomery. 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Pats have cut it back within a score. Nick Folk for the point after. And this is back to a 5-point game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it, and the Pats will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Sauce Gardner puts it off. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because
after review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. Now Rodgers going to shift him around. To throw is Rodgers. to throw on second down. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Rodgers now to throw. Catch is made by Hardman. Touchdown Jets. Mecole Hardman from 19 yards away.
And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Pats going to get one final possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
21, 21, 21, 12, 12, 12. 21, 21, 21. 11, 11. Great time.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the post game. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
12, 12, 12. 11, 11. Here we go. 11, 11.
Jones, a final shot before break. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that is incomplete. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan.
All right, so we skip the rest of halftime and get set for the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
So after the field goal, Riley back out as he'll send this one away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. And the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Open receiver here, complete, it's Parker. That's good for 28 yards.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter, and the entire quarter remaining, so stranger things have happened.
12, 12, 12. Here we go. 11, 11.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. Touchdown! Ty Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots are back within a score. Now Folk for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. The Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Meanwhile, Rodgers throw into the hands here of Hardman. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And the offense moving quickly to the line. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. He's got room to roam. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Cook again. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Throwing is Rodgers. His throw incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met it as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the 2nd half and take over.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Receiving team.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Elliott running right. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run. And it's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. 11, 11. 21, 21, 21. 12, 12, 12.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Open man here, the tight end Henry. Look at the big fella go. And down to the 29-yard line. Big play there for New England. 56 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here we go. 11, 11. Here we go. 11.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
They'll look to throw again, eluding the pressure right. And they'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Jones. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Here's Rodgers. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. Open man, here's Cobb. He's got a full head of steam. Randall Cobb. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Randall Cobb with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively.
And his pass is intercepted for the foot. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The